What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Thank you for stopping in. If you are new here, you see that subscribe button down below. Go ahead and click that and hit the little bell. That will notify you of when I upload any new videos or when I go live. If you've been here before and you see the subscribe button down below, go ahead and click it and ring the little bell. Before you head out, give the video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And if you have time, leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Today, I have a cool overview to do. I received this knife from my father-in-law for Christmas. This was one of many that I got from my in-laws. I actually got 4 knives from my in-laws for Christmas. They took care of me really well. This is the Harnds, so Harnds Talisman. I have heard of Harnds before, but I have never had one of their knives, and I've definitely never had a Harnds on video. But when I opened this, I was really surprised. I've never really looked at these. The only thing, I've just seen them, scrolling through Amazon. I never really looked at them. I never checked any specs on them or anything. I guess I just hadn't made it to these yet. But I was pleasantly surprised when I started looking around. It's got a 14C 28N blade. It's like a machined satin. Really nice, really well done. This is a full-size boy here, coming in about 3.5 on the total blade length, and just a hair over 3.25 for your edge, and then you're coming in just a hair over 8.25. I'd say like 8 3/8 for total length. So it's a good size knife. G10 on the handles. It's that smoother G10. Think like Migron. There's a couple other companies that do a G10 like this. Feels really good in the hand. Really well done. They anodized the pivot collars blue. Give it that little touch. The action is fluid and smooth. The lockup is good. There was no blade play or any wiggle when I got it. I have been flicking it quite a bit, and I think the pivot has moved a little bit on me, which is to kind of be expected. Some knives do it. Some knives do it quicker than others, but sometimes they will need some Loctite. But this one has just, it's really starting to smooth out, and it's really smooth. Nice and easy, hydraulic close. It flings out. You can push button it, or you can just flip it. I love being able to push button and flick. It just makes it that much more fidgety to mess with. There is a nice amount of pass-through. We were talking about this yesterday. That's kind of one thing that's kind of, it kind of bothers me. I see why now more than I have in the past. Some designers just don't feel the need to have that kind of access, and I'm guessing because they have smaller hands, smaller fingers, And they also don't do what a lot of us do. You know, we stick our thumb in from the side so we can let the blade fall down, and so we can keep doing that same repetitive motion. They will go straight in, so it doesn't really bother them, and they're probably using two hands a lot of times, or they're slow rolling it open. So it's not that that has to do with the lock, but the action in general. I don't think it's something they quite were worried about in the past. I think more now they are. But regardless, this does have ball bearings in the pivot. It does have a deep carry clip that is well done. It swoops up there and it stops, which I like that, because you don't feel that in the hand. I really like it. It pockets well. Now I opened this on Christmas Day, so I haven't gotten to use it a bunch or anything. This isn't a review. I couldn't do an unboxing of it, so I figured I would just do kind of a quick overview of it because of how impressed I was with it. These come in at $40, like right around $40, which is an awesome deal for a full-size flipper with G10, a deep carry clip, 14C 28N on the blade steel, a nice liner that you have easy access to. It's well done. The only criticism I really have of this knife that I've found so far, and most people my viewers who've watched me for a little bit now might know what I'm gonna say, but if this knife didn't have something, it would change the look of this to double its price. If this Harnds was not here, this knife would look like an $80 knife, with 14C, G10, the blade, the clip. This is like right up there with Miguron style knives, where they're like 60, 70, $80. My point is, if they were to get rid of that and charge $40 for this thing, even with it, it's awesome. But without it, it would be even better. And I think Harnds should take that into note, along with a few other companies. We know it's a Harnds. We're buying it. It comes in a Harnds box. You have the pivot there with the H on it, which is really well done, I might add, and it looks really good. If you have to, keep the emblem and put it up here by the scale, and then the designer or the name and then the steel, that's fine. That should be moved in closer to the scale too. But, that's fine. It just looks cleaner if everything's tighter or there's nothing at all. But if there has to be something, if they feel like there has to be something on the blade to market it for them, then just put the emblem up here. It comes in a Harnds box. We know it's a Harnds. There's no need to put it on the blade. All right, so that's that. That's my only nitpick with this knife. And that's saying a lot when you're talking about a $40 knife. Now you got to take into account that it is a $40 knife, so don't be expecting a $300 Riot. But it came when I used this on Christmas Day after I got it. I did have you know, my gum and some other stuff with me. But I ended up opening this, and then I used this to help open presents and whatever else. This is really thin telephone book paper. So this thing is sharp. It came with a really good edge. It feels really good. It's not too thick. It's not really, really thin, but it's not thick either. And it comes down pretty good. A nice flat grind. You really can't ask for much more for 40 bucks. It's a hell of a deal. I couldn't wait to get this on video and get it up. And I told my father-in-law how great of a pick this was. I didn't tell him anything. My fiance didn't tell him anything. He picked this out on his own. And he made a good choice. For 40 bucks, I'll go over it again. A satin 14C 28N blade, anodized pivot collars. You have the nice H on the pivot. Well done G10. Deep carry clip. I mean, it looks good. Now the other snip at this knife is it's not left-hand friendly. But in that price range, that's pretty much what, not all of them are like that, but that's kind of what you can expect. That it's not going to be a reversible clip. Now, there are companies that are starting to do it. That might be one other recommendation. It looks like the scale is a little thicker over here. Just change the design of the clip at this point. Make it go on top of the scale. It's not going to change the look really. Just inset it. And then give us like a filler tab over here that's satin, or yeah, a satin filler tab would actually look pretty sweet right there. Little satin filler tab. I don't know, just ideas. Harnds will never probably see this anyway, but those are a couple little things that would make this even better of a buy. But as it stands right now, I definitely can get behind this knife. This is well done for 40 bucks. And I can't wait to take it out and use it. The other thing is I've been testing this Stanley ratchet screwdriver out. It's pretty badass. I bought this and then I didn't unbox it or nothing. But I did add, it came with like Phillips and flats, I think. But I put some Torx 6, 8s, and 10s in here. I got this basically to back up my good screw. When you get those tougher pivots, or you just need to, you know, you have to hold two at the same time. These stubbies really come in handy when you have to do that. But I chose this over the Weehaw just because of that ratcheting capability. Now, not that you want to use that all the time. You could, I guess. You really want to have a good feel for what you're doing, because you could easily strip the screw with the ratcheting mechanism. So thank you for stopping by, guys. I appreciate you if you're still here. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this guy. Have you ever heard of him? Do you have one? Do they look interesting to you? And before you head out, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.